Teks 8.9a. The chart below shows two airline companies' charges versus hours of flight time. Airline 1 is a regional company and Airline 2 is a national company. Which statements are true? So here we're given two statements and we're supposed to find out what airline would make the statement true. So the first one is to save money on a 6-hour trip, buy travel tickets from airline blank. So we have the graph here and we see that the x or the x-axis is the hours of flight and the y-axis is the average price. So the red line here is going to be airline 2 and the blue one is going to be airline 1. So we notice that the airline 1 has a much lower starting price than airline 2, yet airline 1 has a much steeper slope, which is the price that's increased for every hour or time spent in flight. For the first statement, we're asked about which one's going to be less after a 6-hour trip. So we go here at the x-axis and find the 6 hours, and we see that airline 2 is going to be much cheaper if we're taking a 6-hour trip. This one would be airline 2. And then the second statement is to save money on a 2-hour trip, buy travel tickets from airline blank. So on a 2-hour trip, we're going to look at 2 hours and then go up. And here we see that on a 2-hour trip, airline 1 would be the much wiser choice if you're trying to save money. Now here we have a final question, which is what flight time on average is the same for both airlines in price? So in order to find that, all we would need to find out is the intersection of where both airline 1 and airline 2 cost the same, which is going to be right here. And we see that it's roughly about 4.5 hours. So if you take a 4.5 hour trip somewhere, you could either choose airline 1 or 2 since they're both going to be the same.